During the Battle of Aden, you, Ethiopia, you defeated Italy completely. You lie. And there you surely thought that I lie. You lie. Stop killing me, brother. You lie. Because every time they talked about that period, it was the great powers defeating African countries. Tak, tak, tak. But now, I'll tell you this story. After the Berlin Conference in May, Africa was divided like a big cake among the great powers. France, Germany, Portugal, they took the countries. But Italy did not take part in all that. And there you thought, but Italy, they are too kind. They are really good. No. They did not take part in all that because they were more focused on managing internal problems. At that time, there were great tensions between the kings of Italy, the regions of Italy. In short, the state was really complicated. But in the mid-19th century followed what is called the Risorgimento. I don't know if I pronounce it well. It is the rebirth or unification of Italy. So Italy became a state called Italy. So they no longer had internal problems. And then they said, but all those countries took pieces of cake, water, everything in Africa. We want our share, excuse me. So they decided to join in all of that. So they bought a port in Eritrea, the port of Assab. And to make things worse, a few years earlier, the Suez Canal had been opened. They no longer needed to take long routes to reach Africa. Directly, we are there, buddy. So they arrived, they had a foothold in Eritrea. And at that same time, Ethiopia faced many problems because neighboring countries attacked them constantly. Whether it was Sudan or Egypt, they were always under threat. But each time, they defeated those countries without issue with King Johannes IV. Johannes IV was a true warrior king and all. Johannes IV died, and then Menelik II ascended to the throne. Menelik II was a king who was forward-thinking. He arrived, modernized the country, made the army much stronger. Truly, he was a king with vision, and so Italy thought that inherited it, but for us, it's Ethiopia that we desire. So they decided to contact Menelik II. They are going to sign a friendly agreement with Ethiopia. However, this agreement was made in two different versions. One version in Amharic, the language spoken in Ethiopia at that time, where it continued to be spoken, and one version in Italian, except that, as you know, in insurance contracts, in contracts with operators, there are small clauses. There was a small clause in the Italian version which stated that Ethiopia was under Italian protectorate. Protectorate, I say colony. So everything was fine until the day Menelik II discovered the trick. And when he discovered the trick, he sent a letter to the King of Italy, Umberto I, to tell him, buddy, I'm not a fool. And he also sent a letter to all those great powerful nations to inform them about the message he had sent. As you know, generally with these great imperialist powers, all that, under the tension and pressure, they attacked Italy in the province of Tigray. Except in that province, there are small soldiers with handmade weapons who are there because they do not expect this. They defeat the Ethiopian troops stationed there. They occupy a good part of the territory. But I told you Menelik II, he's a king who has with firm resolve. Menelik II realizes he must act very quickly. He had also modernized the country, expanded his army, bought weapons from the USSR, and thus prepared a bloody response. He gathers an army of nearly 200,000 men, makes a national call, and prepares to retaliate. The response is so violent that Italy is destabilized. They bring reinforcements of nearly 1,400 men who depart from Naples. They arrive in Ethiopia. There will be clashes, everything you can imagine, and this brings us to March of the First World War. In March of the First World War, the Italian general Oreste Barati and his troops find themselves facing the Ethiopian troops. He quickly realizes he is outnumbered. Not only that, but he also has an inferiority in terms of weaponry. The guys are armed to the teeth, so he decides to turn back. However, his Prime Minister, Francesco Crispi, full of pride in his suit, says no, 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 no. We must attack. Therefore, they will proceed to attack. And when they attack, the response is violent. So much so that the Ethiopians will take Italian prisoners. And these prisoners will reveal everything. The entire strategy, the whole plan. And then Menelik II is informed that a truly Machiavellian plan is being prepared against him. So he mobilizes all his troops. He will change his strategy. He will place men on all fronts and retaliate so violently that Italy will not be able to hold. They will lose this war, the Battle of Adoua. In the aftermath, Francesco Crispi, the Prime Minister, will be dismissed. But in this story, remember one thing, I didn't have time to discuss it here. It's also a chance to focus on history. The stories I tell are in TikTok format. They are condensed, summarized, so I didn't say everything. But Menelik II had a wife named Tetu Belu. She's a woman who is in history with an immeasurable strength. At one point, Menelik wanted to give up. She told Menelik that he is a strong man. During these confrontations, Menelik the coup was on the battlefield. She was also on the battlefield. She didn't stay at the palace. She said, Lord, save my husband. No, no, no. She was on the battlefield. That's how they defeated Italy. And Ethiopia earned respect throughout the region. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't hesitate to subscribe, guys. Don't hesitate to subscribe. Smash the like button, leave comments, and suggest topics for future videos. Some small clarifications. These are really condensed videos. I have a YouTube channel with much more detailed videos, but here it's very, very, very condensed. Take care, and until then, subscribe.